So today I'm on social media and I was taking a break from work and I stumbled across a post on Facebook that inevitably caught my attention and not in a good way, needless to say. And I need to speak about it. I need to stop, swallowing so much blood from biting my tongue, because this is very important, not just to me as a vegan, but to my fellow Puerto Ricans living on the island. And it pissed me the fuck off, and I have to talk about it whether I like it or not. I can't hold back. I'm striving to be this vegan activist, and part of activism is actually speaking out on behalf of those who don't have a voice. And in this video, I want to talk about specifically something that a dying economy is doing to salvage what's left of a crumbling industry in this fixed video regarding vegans. So before we begin this video, I just want you to marinate and wrap your head around the fact that human beings are the only animals, okay? Technically we're animals. We are the only race that enjoys and somehow thinks it's good to enjoy milk, mother's milk from another species, number one, and number two, to drink it because we think it's good for a source of calcium even after we become grown adults. Now take a minute to marinate that, whether you do actually, in fact, drink milk or do not drink milk. Take that into consideration moving forward. So the reason I wanted to make today's video is because I stumbled across a post where the governor of Puerto Rico, Ricardo Rosselló, backed the local milk industry as a vegetarian, mind you. So he's already inclined to stray away from all that is animal suffering as far as meat is concerned. But he's no stranger to obviously backing the dairy industry by consuming dairy, and I'm guessing he's also a vegetarian that consumes cheeses. Okay, so keep that in mind also moving forward. So this is a man who's already inclined to protecting animal rights by leaving all sorts of meat off his plate. The First Lady, Beatriz Rosselló, is also an animal activist when it comes to actually pets. So they are very in tune with what's called animal empathy and all that good stuff. And so the reason why I wanted to talk to you about this is because he backed today one of the biggest families, I want to say, with the biggest pockets here on the island when it comes to a new process of how we produce milk. That is to say, a technology called MST. I'm going to go ahead and research it a little bit more, but from the gist of it, it produces milk that lasts a lot longer than your average procedured milk. That is to say, it remains in your fridge good to drink for close to a month. So imagine that. A milk that does not go bad after maybe even 30 days. Take a minute, okay? This is real life, okay? El Nuevo Dia, WIPR.com, and Metro, which are all new local outlets and newspapers here, are covering this story because it's supposed to inject more money into a dying economy, okay? Keep in mind also that in last year alone, $1.1 billion were lost as a result of plant-derived milk. That is almond, soy, rice, flax, hemp, you name it, coconut, it's everywhere. And so a dying industry is doing everything they can to remain afloat by injecting capital into this type of investment that is supposed to make milk last a lot longer, have a longer shelf life. So this is a complete outrage, okay? And this is a complete false sense of direction in which our Puerto Rican people are being led to believe, because number one, they don't need this milk. Number two, they definitely don't need to have it last longer. And number three, I don't even want to begin to think what they're putting into this milk to actually make it last that long, okay? Wrap your head around the fact that somehow, some way, this MST technology needs to go ahead and be inserted in such a way that it'll actually make what's called cow's milk into a consumable product that will take longer to rot in your fridge. Another point I want to make is the fact that we are taking over when it comes to the way we actually lead life. Like, veganism is a way of life now. It's a style of nutrition that is taking over, not just in the world, but especially here in Puerto Rico. I'm at the forefront. I like to think that I'm one of the voices that is promoting this veganism movement. And when it comes to making milk, okay, we already live in a world where there are many alternatives to milk that comes from a cow, and there's absolutely no need to feed off animal suffering in order to grow our pockets with money that comes literally from misery. And I think that we are better off investing the 7.5 that the media portrayed as the amount of money that was invested into technology. If you want to be a vanguard, as the article so called themselves, if you really want to be at a vanguard movement, then you're going to go ahead and invest millions of dollars, not into making cow milk better, cow milk lasts longer, but if you really want to be a vanguard in this movement, you're going to create the very first almond milk, soy milk, coconut milk made in Puerto Rico. So this is my request to you, Mr. Governor. This is my request to you, Familia Fonalledas, if you're watching this video. If you really want to make a difference, okay, invest in technology that'll move the world forward, not just inject capital on the island. Because at the end of the day, I know how much money or how important money is to this economy. It's dying. We are in a massive recession. I know the pressure that you're under to produce results. I get it, Mr. Governor. I'm watching the newspapers. We're all watching the newspapers every day. So my advice to you in 2019 is to invest in technology that's moving forward. And I know how much you are about moving forward in life. You want to invest in renewable energy down the road, and we love that about you. You're already a vegetarian, so honestly, you're halfway there. So I don't see the need to back a dying industry and inject capital where it shouldn't go. If you really want to be progressive, if you want to be a part of a new progressive party, then think progressively. Don't think in rejuvenating a dying industry. Think of creating a new one. I mean, that's what Puerto Rican progressiveness is all about. So my recommendation as a vegan, as a vegetarian, as a vegan, we definitely want you to be part of something special. And I think that we have the resources, we have the capital that's needed. Obviously, if we're injecting millions of dollars into, cows' misery, we could do millions of dollars into renewable energy. We can do millions of dollars into something that's new, something that is very unique, something that is trending and popular and can push the world in a new direction. And I also want to talk about quickly the 500 or so employees at Tres Monjitas, which inevitably I need to go ahead and plug in because that's what the article is about. These 500 people don't have to lose their jobs. We're not rooting for them to lose their jobs because they don't have cows to tend to. No, that's not the issue. These 500 or so people that are allegedly employed by Tres Monjitas can retain their jobs. That's wonderful. And I think that if we actually move towards vegan sources of milk, we could actually create more jobs. People don't have to lose them. That's a misconception. We're not rooting for people to fail. We're rooting for people to get hired and have more jobs and have more opportunities. That's what veganism is all about at the end of the day. So if you're watching, if this video ever makes it to you, I understand that this is a major blow to the industry when it comes to further, derailing a progressive movement. And I'm very sorry that we had to express ourselves in this manner, but at the end of the day, we just want to be vocal and be the voice of those who don't have a voice. So please, if you're watching, Mr. Governor, I highly encourage you to think proactively and put that money to better use. Thanks for watching.